One more thing I'll add to that, and I hope I don't mean to offend you. There's no God in marriage in the United States, so that's kind of misleading.
There's a lot of problems with that. Yo, what's good? It's your boy Zachary Carroll, and I am back. I'm sorry I haven't been posting 2 videos a week, but your boy has been busy. Conferences, church planting, it's just been a lot, but I am not going anywhere, all right? And I am back. And I have heard there is another red pill God debate going on. I'm sure if you are watching this video, you understand the red pill, blue pill, purple pill, all these pills. Gosh, you understand what's going on. If you don't, let me know down in the comments and I'll do a video flushing it all out. But basically, Coach Greg Adams is a member of this red pill. He is a godfather of the red pill community, I believe. I don't know. You can correct me if I'm wrong. But they were talking about marriage. Now, this is a Valuetainment interview podcast. There's one segment in the podcast which answers the question or tries to answer the question, is God in marriage? And Hafeez is going up against Coach Greg Adams. And word on the street is Hafeez kind of gets owned. And I just want to do a reaction.
One more thing I'll add to that, and I hope I don't mean to offend you. There's no God in marriage in the United States, so that's kind of misleading. And people will find that out if your marriage is destroyed. You go back to your pastor and you say, hey, my marriage is being destroyed. He has no power over that because it is a state agreement. So I will.
There's no God in marriage in America because God or the pastors don't have power over your marriage. Now, I'm liable to agree that the way marriage is done this day and age, the way people approach marriage, the way people get exposed to marriage, yeah, it doesn't start with God. The question isn't, is God in marriage? The question is, should God be in marriage? And the follow-up question is, how do we put him back in marriage? The world wants you to do only the things that make you happy, that please you, and whatever you're involved in that doesn't make you happy has to be wrong. That's not a God standard. That's a world standard. And marriage was created by God. It was the first institution God created. It was the first time God looked at his creation and said something wasn't good is when he saw Adam was alone. And then he made all the animals and told Adam to name them. And he still couldn't find a suitable helper. The whole reason for marriage is for man to have good community of mutual benefit. So yeah, the way marriage is done in America today, God isn't in it. And that's the problem. That's not a good thing.
Bring you back to make sure you understand, and I counsel men, there's no God in marriage. That's been gone. Listen, it was an old idea. It's absolutely gone unless you live in an American South. Most people on the West Coast, many people in the East Midwest, there's no God in marriage. So we
break
know
that down. What do you mean?
Yeah. He's not stating solutions. He's stating the current state of affairs, which is the problem. There's no God in marriages. That's why marriages are dysfunctional, especially in the black community. You have 79, 80% of babies being born to unwed mothers. I mean, when the divorce rate of a young couple being like in the high 60s, 60% of divorce, 60+% of divorces of couples that are around are under 25, under age 25, they don't last. Not even much longer than 2 years. Yeah. I mean, that's what's happening. Like I said, but is that what should happen? And can we fix it? And we can't fix it. Only God can fix it. God has the redemptive power, not us.
There's no God in marriage.
There's no God in marriage. So people get married. One of the things that they will do is they will seek counsel of the church. And then as such, the guys will give them guidance and it will be biblical principle. However, they will say we can't do anything until you sign this state-sponsored agreement with family law context. All right. They're not going to have a Bible in there. They're not going to have a Bible in that divorce court. The judge is not going to ask you, do you like God? And what about God in your marriage? There will be no context to that. And such, what is the overriding principle here?
Does he
your
have a
marriage
point there,
is
Hafeez?
state funded,
No,
not God
like
funded.
he just made.
There's a lot of problems with that. So because there's a civil union aspect of marriage, you're going to get a marriage license so that the state, the government, can recognize your union for tax purposes, for ownership, for legal purposes. Because that exists, God is not in marriage, and that's false. The two don't conflict. The two can both exist at the same time. There's a reason why there isn't a minister at the courthouse to marry you. I mean, because we don't live in a Christian country. We don't. Maybe it was founded on some Christian values and all that, but we live in a country with many, many different religions. And that's just how the government operates. And there's no government that comes into power unless God ordains it. God can use non-Christians to help Christians grow. And I believe that is one of the reasons why United States is as successful as it is with all these religions. And so that's why the church just can't go into the courthouse. I mean, I'm pretty sure they could, but like the court won't sponsor a marriage license ceremony with a Bible. Because what if the couple is not Christian? What if the couple is atheist?
Aligns with God, meaning the word that you speak aligns with God. Those words are the most powerful. That he made a point saying there is no God in marriage. So first, that's a semantic thing because God is everywhere. Whether God chooses to supervene in things or not, I will never be the person that says God is not here. I will never be the person that says God is not present here. Could we argue that is God blessing every American Western marriage? Of course not. Of course, God is not blessing every American, but God is definitely in my parents' marriage. So when you say there is absolute statements, there is no God in marriage. False. They're correct.
Well, that's not what he said. He said there's no God in marriage in the United States. See, that's why when with these tough topics, you need to ask clarifying questions. You need to stop, calm yourself, and ask clarifying questions. The best question to ask in any heated discussion, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? And sometimes that question would piss people off because they don't even know what they mean. People would just be saying stuff, but that would prevent you from having to dig yourself out of a hole like Hafeez is doing. Well, I think that is a good Pastor Reacts. I hope you got a lot of good nuggets. I hope this was somewhat entertaining for you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We are still on the road to 500 subscribers, and we need your help to do it. Be sure to share this with a friend, like the video, comment down below. My name is Zachary Carroll, aka Pastor Z. Y'all be cool.